The team at this point this year compared to the team last year, what are the big differences?
Well, first of all, we have more guys that have been here for a period of time. Devontae Fields, the guy that's been here for a full year. Keith Kelsey, Josh Irvin, those guys have played a full year in this program and in this system here at Louisville. So I think that our veteran guys are probably a little more seasoned. We've got a little bit more of them. I think we've done a good job of recruiting a little bit of depth. And now the question is we got to find out how to utilize that, because every year there's going to be issues that come up with your starting 11 and other guys are going to have to play. So the biggest thing for me in the first third of the training camp is to, train guys, let them compete, and find out what their assets are and the things that they do best. And based upon that information, how we can distribute the guys throughout the lineup to give us the best chance to win relative to the people we have.
How about Keith Kelsey? What do you even think he's improved on coming into camp this year?
Well, actually, he's worked to become a better student of the game. I mean, he was already a good player, but the thing that drives Kelsey is he wants to be as good as he can, and he's always looking for ways to improve. The big thing he does is he always takes a critical analysis of himself, which is really what the wants to do, to find out where they are, and he takes coaching. And the thing with him is I think that he's become a really good leader. I think that he has taken ownership in his team as a player. And, it's like anything as coaches, of course, we're going to confront the man that people do things the right way. But when it comes from your peers, it sometimes can be a little bit more. So I think that him, as well as our other seniors, have done a good job with the leadership and taking ownership of the team to make sure that we stay the course and continue to do the things that we need to do to be successful.
You were a pretty big fan of Sheldon Rankins. He did a lot for you. How much can his example kind of?
Well, I think he's the best example there is. I mean, he was a 12th pick in the draft, and this time last year, no one thought he would be that. He chose to come back his senior year to get his degree and improve his draft status. And all he did was work every day and perform on the field. So when it came time for him to go to the next level, people studied the tape and realized this guy is a good player. So relative to the tape that he put out, as well as his measurements, as well as his height, weight, and everything he did in the combine, along with his character work ethic, all that stuff launched him into being a first-round pick on the Saints. So I think it's a great example of why you stay in school, why you work, why you prepare. And at the end of the day, your tape is your resume, and that's how you get drafted.
Todd, how nice is it to have Devontae Fields that's in shape to begin fall camp?
Yeah, I mean, Devontae's had a full year here with us, so I think that, we're obviously planning on him starting where he was in the year. He's done a really good job of working to improve his body. Strength staff's done a great job with him. He's trying to become a student of the game, become more of a complete linebacker. He obviously can rush, but even with that, he's tried to learn how to rush with his hands and maybe become a little bit more efficient with that. So he's growing every day, just like our other players, and I would fully expect him to be a productive player for us and be the kind of guy that can have a dominant year.
With so many players returning off of last year's successful season, winning 8 of the last 10, what were you guys able to focus on defensively to make further improvements towards this season?
Well, first of all, every year you're going to start back over day one install. But even if you know it, how can I learn it better? How can I become a better player at my position, and what can I learn? It's kind of like I told the guys, when we're going over something, everybody's going to be at a different level of learning. And a guy that just got here as a freshman is going to be totally new relative to Keith Kelsey or Fields or those guys. But this is your craft, this is what you do. So how can I become a better player relative to what the information we're giving them? And it's like I told him, I said, before practice every day, I want you to write down 2 things you can improve in this practice. And at the end of the day, you need to check it off, and you actually have to get it done. And if we can do that at every position with every player, and then take a team approach, then I think our team can be better. So it's really about individually getting better. And as you get better, you do what's best for the team, and then we become a better team.
Along that line, Devontae was so good at the last half of last year. How can he get even better? And what would be the things that he can do?
Well, I think number one, we've got to be a really good set the edge team relative to the games we're going to play early in the year. When you face, guys that are explosive running backs we're going to face, particularly in the first 3 games, setting the edge is really critical. To play that position as a dominant linebacker, your ability to set the edge is really critical. So, we're obviously work on that. From a pass rush standpoint, it's all about feel. It's all about continuing to always develop your hands and being very functional with those hands. So, I think it's just working on those things with him to allow him to maybe make that 1 or 2 more plays that can allow us to be better.
Was it difficult for you at all last year, knowing how good he was, but how long it took him to finally come around?
Not really, because first of all, he's a great young man. He works hard. He wants to do well. He wants to please. He's very coachable, and I think it's pretty. I think it's a tremendous compliment to him to be able to do what he did all the way. Because this time last year, he was just finishing junior college and getting his degree, and then he comes in, and now we're putting an ACC schedule in front of him, putting our defense in front of him, and we got to find ways to get him on the field. He got on the field, but he worked every day to become a better player. He took a critical analysis on himself after every game and looked at the things he had improved, and he did it in practice. And because of his work, he showed off at the end of the year. So I think that's a testament to his character, his work ethic, and the kind of person he is. So moving forward, I think that we can obviously expect him to continue to get better.
A lot of times we're always glad to have guys make the decision to come back, but they say it can also be a mixed blessing if they don't go all out. So we talk to your guys coming back about, there's still a lot of work to do. How do you motivate those guys who made that decision? Or is that pretty simple?
It's pretty simple to me because your tape is your resume. So when people watch your tape, your most recent tape is who you are. So as you move forward in that, if you don't have good tape, then you're not going to go up here now. I think the thing of it is most of these players want to be good players. Most players want to be good players. So there's a pride thing involved because they're out there with 11 individuals, and everybody watches the tape, and they don't want to be the big players. So therefore, they want to flash. And there's nothing like flashing in front of computers. So I think that's where that comes into play. You're part of the game. You want to do the things you need to do for us to be good, but you also understand you have to do this to be the kind of player you want to be. You can't just turn it. You're taking.
Tom, is that as good as any recruiting that you've had when you saw those poor guys deciding to come back?
We had a year at Georgia where the guys decided to come back like that. And I think that it's an individual issue with each guy. But the thing I was most proud about is those guys did it the right way, in the sense that they took information that was available to them. They took where they were, not only athletically, but academically as far as getting their degree, and what the future held for them. And, if I stay, what does that mean? If I go, what does it mean? And at the end of the day, it was best for all of those guys to stay in school, get their degree, and continue to improve which in turn obviously helps us as a football team. So yeah, I was excited. I was happy, and I think those guys are going to benefit from it, just like we were talking about Sheldon. Sheldon's a guy that stayed and look where he went. So it's a good thing to do.
Can you talk about the depth that you guys have along that defensive front this year? It seems maybe the best you guys have had since you've been here.
Yeah, I think that as far as we do have a little bit more depth in the guys that put their hand in the dirt and some outside backers. Obviously, anytime you rush the passer, passer. It takes a lot of energy. So I think it's real critical that from a rotation standpoint, we work hard to keep those guys fresh, because if we're going to win the amount of games we expect to win, that means we're going to be leading the game in the fourth quarter. So when you're leading the game in the fourth quarter, the score usually dictates the plays that you're going to see. And with that becomes a lot of passes. So we want to have those guys fresh so that they can finish the game in the fourth quarter.
Heard guys talk about, the goal is to be really the #1 defense against the run in the league. How much is it talked about during the offseason as they go?
Well, we always are going to talk about stuff in the run. I mean, because you can't have people run the ball on you. Two ways. One, from a mentality standpoint, you don't want people to run the ball. But also, we don't want to let people stay on track on the sticks. We want to make sure that first and 10 becomes second and 7 or more. And I actually think we were like 4th in the country last year on first down plays. First downs are critical now. And we want to try to get people what we call off track. Well, to do that, you've got to be good against the run, which means you've got to be physical and stout in your front. And you've got to have guys going on. So we feel good about it, and I think keeping those guys fresh and rotated is a Well, I mean, first of all, you feel bad for the young man because he worked hard in spring. It was an unfortunate incident. He's going to work hard to recover. He'll be back next year. So, for him, it's going to be about next year and getting better. For us, it's about opportunity for guys we have right now. So we'll take the guys that we got, we'll work on them, and we'll find out the best combination.
Obviously, it's a very different someone like Trayvon too. Is there anything you have to do as a coach mentally with them to kind of keep?
Well, Trayvon and I talked this whole process about where he is and what he should do. And the most important thing with Trayvon is doing what's best for him in the future. And from that situation with Trayvon, it was felt the best thing to do was to give him more time to heal. He's going to be fine. It's just when is that going to happen? So I think by giving him that more time, allowing him that, he's going to get a full year in the training room in the weight room in January. He's going to get a full spring practice, and then he'll get this time next year he'll be starting. So he's going to really at the end of the day be removed for a full year, before he starts again. I think personally he's excited about that. He knows that that he has a future in this, and it's going to allow him to be the best player he can be, and be the kind of player he wants to be. So I think it was the best decision for him moving forward, and I agreed with it. And that's what we're going to do. What's nice is you're starting.
You said your result on first down was very good, but it seems to me that our result on third down wasn't good in the long yardage situation. We got 3rd and 17.
When you look at that, we weren't as good as we want to be maybe early in the year.
Yeah.
But as the season went on, we were over 67% on third down.
Okay.
At the end of the year, when you look at the total year, it wasn't where they wanted to be. The year before, we were 5th in the country on third down. This past year, we weren't in the top. Part of that, and a lot of that was the inconsistency early in the year with our play. So what we've got to do is try to play every game kind of like we did from the middle of the season. And if we do that, I think we'll be fine.
Going into the fourth quarter with a lead, and you're trying to hold that lead, going to a prevent defense, what's your thoughts on when do you do that? I mean, say you have
You don't really do that in college because the clock stops.
Yeah.
So we don't really play prevent.
Okay. All right. Thanks.